the Workbooks Film Log. So I'm going to show you some of the features of this film log so you understand what all you can keep track of. One of the things I struggled with when I started shooting film again, I never knew what film I had loaded in my camera, and I can never remember like what shots were actually on there. I created this film log to kind of help document all that. So I've got some basic information, obviously, like the camera that you use. So it's like I've got 4 cameras that I can rotate through right now. I've got a Canon AE1, a Rolleiflex, a Leica, and I've now got a Bronica. Those are all different cameras and they all take different films. I've got these little spots here. You can write down the camera, the date loaded, the date exposed. So the date exposed would obviously be when you finish the film. Film type, the ISO of the film, the number of frames. So it's like obviously 120 film is going to be much fewer than 35 millimeter. And then there's a couple options for 35 millimeter, whether it's color, black and white, 35 or 120 or other. I mean, you can shoot 110, you can shoot anything, even the half frame 35 millimeters, you can mark that down if you want to. I've got a place for the film expires, so if it's expired a film or you need to know when that film actually expires. Got a little space for notes just in case you need it. And then this is what I spent a lot of time developing, trying to figure out how to fit up to 36 frames for one roll. Each spread is one roll. Basically, I've got 1 through 36 here. So you can actually write down the subject or location or whatever you want. I've got a space for the focal length and the f-stop and the speed. And then I kind of added these little checkboxes here for flash or tripod. I don't necessarily use those, but some people might, so I left those there. Between 12 and 13, I've got a slightly darker line. I've also got a slightly darker line between 24 and 25, and then obviously 36. So these are the standard breaks of film. So obviously 120, is usually 12 frames, and then you got 24 frames, and then 36 frames. Unless you're rolling your own, you can fit all your frames, all your shots, into this one spread. Once you're done shooting, again, I've got this little space up here just for developing notes. I started developing black and white photography myself, so I started keeping a notebook of all the times and everything that I needed and the mixtures and everything. This comes in really handy if you develop your own films. I've got a space for black and white and for color. Those are if you use those yourself and then developed on. That's really basically it in a nutshell. The film log. I don't know that there's anything out there that's quite as detailed as this. I know there's several of them out there, but I kind of pride myself on making sure everything's nice and easy. And the other thing about this that I really like is this is super easy to write with pencil. I mean, it marks really easily. The cover has a nice soft touch to it, so it's nice and easy and grippy, so you can keep it in your pocket and pull it out nice and easy. It feels nice. I do sell a leather cover case that you can slip this in, so you can stick this in your pocket, don't have to worry about scratching up the cover, getting it all weathered and bent. So that's the Workbooks Film Log.